Okay, welcome everyone to our Monday evening community call. I'm your co-host Robin Blank Mascari, along with my partner Gregory. And oh my, what a day, what a day. In LifeWave Land, this is a historic day. And this evening, what we do on these calls is we share updates. We have some fabulous ones today, and we celebrate people, and we do go through our newsletter so you can see what's going on in the world of LifeWave, because there's a lot. And I'm going to jump in and get started because it is my pleasure to introduce our well, before I say that, before I introduce Garrett, I want to say, Garrett's our new North American sales manager, and he came on and then Canada happened. And so we've been wanting to introduce him on this call and have you guys get to know him like we typically do when there's a new, corporate member that we work with. And it's been crazy. So tonight we finally get to do it. We were looking at our calendars and we realized November 21st, that's an auspicious time. So this evening, I want to introduce you to Garrett. You can put your camera on, Garrett. And I just want to talk about him a little bit because he's got a lot of experience, like 25 years in network marketing. And he's been around massive growth with several companies. He was a country manager in Australia for 12 years. He fell in love with the profession, like many of us. And Gregory says, once network marketing gets under your skin, there's no known cure. And I think Garrett believes in that too. He loves helping people. He loves developing field leaders and the field. He's worked with, like I said, several very large companies, and we are thrilled to have him. He's expanded into 11 markets, so he knows the kind of growth we're going through. He's been there before. That makes a big difference. He's a father of 5. He lives in Utah, has an MBA, and he comes to us and he just, let me see, he enjoys reading, outdoor hiking, camping, golfing, and spending time with his family. And I am thrilled. Finally, Garrett, we did it.
We finally made it. We're here.
I know. It's been a journey to get here, but we did it. So we're thrilled to have you. And, I always like to start out because, I don't think you were looking for another position, but you found one. And what is it about LifeWave that got you really interested to take a serious look?
That's a really good question. And one of the things, anytime you make a decision to join a new organization, you always want to know who you're partnering with. And so I had a chance to go on, and you can go, as you all know, there's a lot of videos, there's a lot of information out there that you can find about the company, kind of who's running it and that. And I knew that there was a few people that I'd worked with in similar ways, but also realized that there was a few people that I had worked with that we had worked here before that I knew really well. So I kind of checked up with them to see, because I saw that there's a position open, and I wanted to kind of get a feel for, is this something I should go for? Is this something I should take a look at? And so as I did so, the one piece of information that I was given by 2 different people that I'd worked with before is that the owner is the real deal, and that's something that kind of hit home to me, is because I've worked with a number of different companies in our industry. I've also worked with quite a few of the owners in this industry. And one of the things I can say is they're not all equal in the way that they go about and the way they run businesses. And while I have certainly worked with some amazing people and had some great experiences, I also knew that a company can be made or broken by some in one company I was with, unfortunately, there was a tragedy, and we lost a number of the founders in the company, and that changed everything. And so, but knowing what we know and kind of knowing what I had a chance to learn about David is really what kind of drove a lot of that. Understanding the technology as well certainly was a big part of that. But it really got me is when I first came in for my first interview, I had a chance to meet with many of you who knew Emily. She was the one that interviewed me, and I was there with also our head of HR, whose name is Brooke. Between the 2 of them, we had this great interview, and it's one of those things where you come away after an interview and you're like, I actually enjoyed that, where I can't honestly say most of my interviews, I feel that way afterwards. You kind of feel almost a little beat up afterwards, right? But this one I really enjoyed. And one of the things they also did is they brought the whole management team in, during that interview, and they peppered me with all kinds of questions. And I actually had a lot of fun in doing it, and realized very quickly that there's a great culture here. There's a great group of people who like working together, but are determined to be able to make things grow and get better. Now, the one thing I can also say among that group, I think only one of them had been with the company for more than a year. And so it's a new group, it's a new culture, it's a lot of new things happening. And so because of all that, and because of what I saw and what David, and then when I actually got a chance to meet David, he certainly brings a presence with him. And when you're actually in the same room, you can tell that there's a difference, and I don't know how to explain it unless you've been there. It's kind of hard to explain. But certainly that's kind of what led to, which finally made me make the decision that, okay, I'm on board, I'm coming on, and we're going to, hit the ground running. And it's been kind of a whirlwind since, with, we came in and Emily left, and then we have, and then Morella, who I was working with also very closely in our team. She had some unfortunate family issues that she needed to look at, and take care of. And so she's now has moved on as well. So right now I'm the sole member of our sales team here in the North America, which is also the fastest and largest growing, country in our company. But what I can say is we've got some good things in place that we're working towards. That's certainly going to add a lot more support there. And we're really excited about that.
Wow. Yeah, there's nothing like meeting David, is there? Because he is the real deal. And I think so many of us feel incredibly blessed. And yes, the culture Lori's doing a beautiful job with the culture. And people, they don't treat this as a, regular 40-hour-a-week job. I mean, people throw their hearts over the bar and they're committed. And when you came in, you certainly had your hands full, like really fast, and having people disappear. And oh my gosh, all of a sudden you've got a lot more to do. But you have so been there for me. And so I with that position, and I know they're trying to add some staff to help you. What could you explain to our team, Garrett, what your role is and how do we work with you?
Yeah, I like that question, because I think understanding what when we call our sales team in our industry, we don't actually do sales. Field development is probably a better term for it. And so when you actually take a look at how can we help, we have our customer service team, and they are going to be your best go-to when it comes to understanding on how to get an order placed, how to enroll somebody. If you have questions about shipping or commissions, and did you get paid on something, or what, or if there's any questions around any of that, they can help and they can support you. If you have any little compliance issues as well, they can help you. So there's a lot of things that they do that they're going to be able to really be your main point of contact with regards to your relationship with our corporate team. Now, there's also opportunities that you may have an opportunity to work with our sales team. And so helping you understand what that is and how that all works, I think is actually a really important part of it. And so one of the things we do is we manage a lot of the events. And when I say that, I already know immediately if Summer were on here, and those of you who know Summer, she is just a ball of energy no matter where she goes. She actually is over events. And I certainly don't want to take the responsibility of what she's doing, because she takes responsibility for all our incentive trips, our convention, our NOVA, the SPD Summit, all those big trips, she is 100% responsible for. But when you actually go into your back office and you go to the events page, a lot of those type of events are the ones we help manage and on the more regular meetings. So when it comes to like all of our webinars, we kind of help manage all those. Now, as an example, we have our LifeWave Connect webinars that we do on a monthly basis, both a product as well as a business. And so we kind of help support those. Now, right now, Jeff is the host of that, the product one with David, and between the two of them, but we're still behind the scenes making sure it's all running. And so those types of things, are a really important element. And we translate those in a lot of different languages to make sure that everyone around the world can benefit from them. Then, of course, we have our business that we do on a monthly basis. We're behind the scenes on that as well. We also have our new member webinar that we manage, and for the last, I think, 3 or 4 now, I've been the one hosting those. And I think they're fantastic, but I might have a strong opinion, personal opinion on that one, you know. But the reality is, when it comes to kind of field facing and being able to keeping on our regular communication with the field, that's kind of something that we want to kind of help support and foster that kind of thing. But one of the other things that we also do is we work with our top leaders to be able to give them the support that they need. Now, that being said, we do have a VIP line that all of our senior presidential directors get to work with, and they're kind of they kind of help still with kind of the more of the customer service type areas, but definitely have a lot more capacity to be able to do additional services and tasks in that there also. But we have on a regular basis calls with them on a one-on-one basis to kind of help support them, finding ways in which how can we support, how can we make sure that if there are things and issues that are happening that maybe are a little bit over the top of what maybe the customer service team can handle, you know, that's where we can kind of come in and make sure things can get organized and fixed. Kind of more of your strategic side of things, making sure that those elements are moving forward in the way that we would like them. As we have seen recently also with the whole challenges that we're having in Canada, we've had to take kind of a big role in that, making sure that we're communicating and getting the information that they need. Continually we have a weekly webinar that we're supporting there with also. So there's a lot of elements to that. When it comes to promotions and incentives, we're also very involved in making sure that whatever we're doing is going to have the type of impact that we know is going to be an overall positive experience for both our customers as well as our brand partners, to make sure that we're all, you know, given the best opportunity to grow with each of those elements. And so, all that being said, there's a wide range of things that we manage and we do. But when it comes to how to grow a business and what kind of support do you need, obviously we would encourage you to reach out to your upline and get that support. But there's going to be times that maybe you don't have upline support. Now, I don't think anyone in this group probably fits into that category, because you have amazing leadership on this team. And if anyone says, well, I'm not sure who to help, well, you're here, right? I mean, this is where you come. But if that happens and someone needs that support, of course, we're happy to help. And so we work predominantly with our senior presidential directors and our presidential directors, and work with them and try and have regular calls, and they have access to us for any needs that they have. But we're also in the process of working on different ways in which we can help support our lower ranks and up to our just newest, you know, members coming in, on how to help them. And so doing those probably more on a larger scale, but we'll kind of come out with more details as we get a little further into that, as well as we come out with more of our events schedule going into next year. But anybody who needs to get in contact with us, the easiest way to do that is through our email that everyone has access to, and it's really simple. It's sales@lifewave.com. If you have any questions on a sales on anything that I just kind of explained and talked about, any support or help that you might need, feel free to send an email to that email address, and we will get in contact with you and respond to those as quickly as possible to make sure that you're getting the support that you need. And sometimes we get some that end up being topics that need to go to our customer service team, and because they are so much better at it than I am, I usually will just forward those on. But for the most part, you know, there are really some great questions, and also some good information that we can help support you with. So but that's kind of a long way around explaining that. I apologize, I got a little bit
No, that was, I mean, I think you really helped everybody really understand the scope of what goes on in your department and how the company operates. And I think that's something that's really good for everyone to hear. And you got a big job. And yes, North America is growing fast. And we know that today's a really crazy special day, and I don't want to keep you too long, but I'd love you to share, what was it like in the office today on this crazy day? I've seen numbers like I've never seen before.
Yeah, I can definitely say that our call center and our office has been hopping. It has been very exciting. The launch of 2 new amazing products, and just listening to some of the stories of what it's doing for people and the impact it's having on them. Our Dream and our Shine aromatherapy mists are nothing short of amazing. And so it is going to be a lot of fun over the next little while to be able to get more and more information. And if, for those of you who may not know, you hopefully you do, but we have a webinar that's going to be tomorrow that David is going to be training on. We want to make sure everyone can get on there because he's going to be able to go over a lot of the information there. I will say, if you have a chance to get on there, sometimes when we do these live events with David, you might get information that is not necessarily 100% always compliant. And so sometimes you can get a little bit of extra information in those live ones, because when we have to rebroadcast them, all of our compliance team has to go through it before we can publish them live, so right afterwards. So I will say, if you haven't had a chance to, the live ones are really the good ones to get on if you can. Sometimes you get a little extra information.
That was a good hint. Yeah, I've heard that happen.
Yeah. And it's when it's David, and because of his background, he can kind of get away with some stuff that the rest of us can't. But still, we have to be cautious because we do want to protect the company and make sure we're doing the right things. So future ones, when we actually get a chance to put them up on YouTube, by then they've been kind of cleaned up a little bit. And make sure that everything's compliant. So I will encourage you, obviously, to get on for those tomorrow. We have it at 11 o'clock Pacific time, as well as at 5 o'clock Pacific time in the evening. We'll be rebroadcasting it.
Okay.
And so those will be the opportunities you have to be able to watch it. Also, European languages will be available to be able to listen in on the morning session as well.
Great. And then what about, Gregory's showing that. What about the Black Friday specials that happened today too?
Oh my gosh, yes. And it's been crazy with that also. Just to see that the huge discounts, 30% discounts on a big range of all of our the most popular products, and one of the things you'll all notice is oftentimes we don't put X39 in any of those. And there's a reason for that, because it is one of our most popular products, but also it encourages others who maybe haven't tried some of the other products and the other patches. Understanding the full benefits of them really is important. So this gives everyone an opportunity to maybe try something they haven't tried, or maybe even to stock up on some extra product right now. And perfect time to be able to introduce your customers or new people to it, because this is a really great time to get started and to really get some amazing discounts on these products.
Well, thank you. We're so grateful that you took time out of your evening, and I know your days are long. Any other final words, Garrett, before we send you off to your family?
Well, I can just say that, this is an amazing time to be part of LifeWave. It really is a very exciting time. I want to address, we do have some challenges in Canada, but I do think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel there. We do have some great people in place that are making some great headway with us. The U.S. is booming, and we don't see any stop in sight as far as the growth that we're seeing. And so it really is an amazing time to be part of what it is we're doing. And we're seeing the changes in people's lives. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And so it's just a fun time to be able to be part of something we know is really making a big difference in our world.
So thank you. And a big warm welcome from our Live Younger community to you in your new role. And thank you for all you're doing to keep things juggling and supported. And Gregory, you want to say something?
Well, I just want to thank you, Garrett. That was wonderful. And it's a big job. I sat in your seat with another company. And it's people don't know you make the swan look like it's just sailing forward, while under the water I know you guys are paddling like crazy, so I'm hoping and praying you get the proper support you need, because you're a department of one right now, it sounds like.
We are, but Lori's working with us, and we've got some great people with our HR team that are getting us the people we need. So I'm really excited about what we can offer in the near future as we build this team back out.
And you've got such a great VIP department and customer service department. So, you're surrounded, by a lot of quality people. And I know the company is staffing up and kind of got caught, with this Canada thing, because people wondered why all of a sudden does it take so long with customer service? Well, when everybody in Canada is calling to find out what happened to their order, that kind of, caused a little traffic jam then there for a little while.
Yeah, I can say that our call volume increased by a little over 50% just within like a couple weeks. And so it certainly put some pressure on the team. But I will say they managed it really well. And we've been able to add additional people to what we're doing. And part of it was the Canada issue certainly created some problems, and there are a lot of questions, and they were able to fill a lot of those. But also because the U.S. is growing so quickly, it was kind of that perfect storm, and great. So but I think that they've now I think they added quite a few people just the first of this month, and so we'll definitely be, as they get kind of integrated into the whole system, you'll see those times, waiting times and everything else drop significantly, and get that support that you need. But yeah, it's definitely been an exciting time, to say the least.
Well, I got to say, it was exciting when Robin and I got home from Costa Rica. We had this beautiful gift waiting for us, and I just wanted to kind of share this briefly here with everybody on the call. And when you order yours, this is what you'll get. Isn't that beautiful? Such beautiful packaging, a fabulous product, and the company is stepping up in every way. So. So proud to have you as part of the team, and thank you so much, Garrett, for all you do, and forward we go.
Absolutely. I want to thank you both as well, because you've been very helpful in making me feel welcome and being part of LifeWave. And so we certainly appreciate all you do to help support your team, because I know that the fact that you put so much time and effort into your team really does take a lot of that burden and challenge that the company might have when these challenges or times come up. And so we certainly do look at you as our partners and understand that what you're doing and the impact that you're having with your team really is a huge asset to what LifeWave is doing.
Thank you.
It's a team sport. We love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, have a wonderful evening. I'm sure we'll be in touch very soon, Garrett.
Look forward to it.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I'm going to just share a little bit more about the mists. And I think that, I hope everyone is getting their newsletters. And this newsletter would have come from news@lifewave.com. Came in this morning, you can see for me here and for us here in the Mountain Time Zone at 9:08 a.m. And this is the aromatherapy mist launch information. So shine and dream, never a day goes by without it. You can buy them individually. You can buy them collectively, as I just showed you the beautiful packaging. And, Garrett talked about the webinar coming up tomorrow with David. And I love the way he positioned it, because sometimes I'm listening to David, I'm going, whoa, that's very cool information. And you wonder why you don't hear it when it finally reemerges on the YouTube channel, because compliance clips out this and clips out that. And David is very tactful and very strategic in the way he presents stuff. Sometimes, and he might even do it tomorrow, he'll let us know what we're not allowed to say. But, kind of indicating, but it does that, but we're not allowed to say it does that. So very cool. So, we're going to be really looking forward to that webinar tomorrow. And there's additional resources. I was just noticing, I haven't had a chance myself to check it out, but in your back office and in the InTouch app contain a library of Shine and Dream support materials. So I encourage everyone to be a happy clicker, check it out, find out, get yours. We had, I'm proud to say, Robin, we had our biggest day in LifeWave history today. It's like volume is, because everybody's been waiting for this product, and here it is. So very excited about that. Okay. So that's pretty much it. And I think he covered. Did you want to say anything more about the Black Friday?
I do. I do.
Okay.
And I do want to address Adriana's question. The link for David's webinar, it's in the newsletter. It's also in the email that you got. And you can probably go, I didn't check under the events section in your back office. And so it's a link that you should be able, and also if you're on Dr. Joan and Dr. Nicholas's email list, they sent out the link too. So it's all over the place, Adriana. You should be able to find it. Okay, great. And so now Black Friday, this is really, really exciting. And usually Black Friday is one day. Well, we get a week. And I want everyone to make sure you notice the times. It started at 12 a.m. Central Time and ends up at 11:59 on Sunday Central Time. So please adjust for your time zones. And there's several products on there. You will get amazing prices on them. And if you're ordering the regular sleeves like Ice Wave and SP6 that are part of Black Friday, in a single sleeve, you get 30% off. It's like you would have purchased at least 3 of them. It's a similar price that comes out to 48 something, 48.97 instead of 49.95. So you're getting the 3 purchase price for a single patch. And so it's a really good value. And then for X49, Nirvana, and the Alavita Trio, amazing price, amazing price. So notice the time, see where it begins, see where it ends, and just adjust accordingly. And this is a great time, like I heard on a call before, to reach out to your customers and to your frontline people with a courtesy call in case they didn't see it, and let them know what's going on, because it's a very exciting time. This week, you're going to have fun seeing what happens to your volume. And the truth is, the longer you're in the business, the more mature your organization is, the bigger the pay raise you get when things like this happen. So as Gregory says, be here a year from now, and that Black Friday special will be even better for you. Okay. I guess we can move on, hon.
Okay. And so I'll go back to the newsletter. I think we've covered most things, but there's a couple more things we wanted to cover.
A few more things. You know, we Gregory inferred it, but we didn't talk about it, and it's not in the newsletter. We just returned from Costa Rica. There was a leadership summit with SPDs from all over the world. They were from Europe, from Asia, in Asia, there were Taiwan and Malaysia and the Philippines, and it was amazing. And the US and Canada, and we got to be with these people for several days. We had a few meetings. We got treated like royalty. We were at a 5-star resort in Costa Rica on the coast. It was really, really exquisite. And they really took the time to get our input on things. We're not going to be talking details tonight. We just want you to know that the company and what Lori's really doing is creating a culture of collaboration. She wants more input from the field. And that's why we're called brand partners, not distributors. We are participating in what's going on with the company. Gregory, what else do you want to share about Costa Rica, other than it was really fun?
Yeah, it was really fun. And I think that the company's maturing and they're developing a philosophy of heart to heart and real partnership and transparency and collaboration, the things you really look for in a long-lasting partnership. And that's what the company is endeavoring to do. They see us as partners, not in the legal sense, okay? And don't say you're a partner in LifeWave. You can say you're a brand partner. And we're all brand partners, and we're partners in the brand, and we're just so blessed. Rob and I feel like we've died and gone to heaven. You've probably heard me say it's easy to find a place to stay, hard to find a home, and no doubt that we found a home with LifeWave, and we are a legacy company. This is the type of company that potentially will be available for you to pass on to your heirs, your children and your children's children. Really has the potential of being that. So that's probably enough on that.
I do want to say one thing, that the video came out that they shot during the summit, and it was available to everyone. And you can see it on the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group. And I'm proud that I had the last line. And it's really true. Once you attend a LifeWave event, you'll never want to miss another one. And we have been to many, and they just keep outdoing themselves. I mean, I'm just amazed at what goes on. So get your points for Aruba. Make sure you show up at the conventions and Nova and everything else coming up. So let's move on. This week, tomorrow night is Tuesday, and that's when we have our LifeWave introductory call. And we do, Gregory does a short presentation on the company and the technology and a little bit about David. Then we bring on one of our practitioners. And tomorrow night we have Dr. Barbara. That's if her plane comes in on time. She's coming back from Florida with her family. So just to hold that everything, travel is smooth tomorrow for her. If not, we'll see. We'll figure out what's going to happen. Honey, we got some black boxes on the screen.
Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stop share.
And as everyone knows, every Monday morning, we have our Monday morning chat renamed Monday Morning Miracle Call, but it's science. Thank you, Karen. This morning was amazing. We all learned a lot of some very different things. So this is one of the best ways to get educated on, what this technology can do for people. We hear miracle stories every single Monday. And you can go to the YouTube channel, liveyoungeryoutube.com, click playlist and click Monday morning, and you can be inspired for a long time listening to those Monday morning calls.
Did you mention, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because of Thanksgiving, there'll be no Canada opportunity webinar this week. Normally on Thursday evenings. So, we're very excited to be taking a little family time coming up this Thursday. We're going to have a house full, and I hope, you have, we all have so much to be grateful for, with LifeWave, the results of the products and the company and the true friendship. We're forging lifelong friendships with many of you and, all of you. And so, at the top of our newsletter, we happy Thanksgiving. We really want to wish that from our heart to yours, our family to yours, to have a wonderful Thanksgiving, no matter where you are. Because I know we have people on this call from the Philippines and Canada and other places around the world.
Australia.
Australia. So, but here in the U.S., we're celebrating Thanksgiving. So the company will be closed on Thursday here in the U.S. If you call customer service in Ireland, you might get them. I don't know if the company in Ireland's closed or not, but the U.S. offices are officially closed and they're opening back up on Friday.
And I do want to do a quick Canadian update because we were gone for a while. And so I called Judy Daniel today because I've been very closely connected with what's going on. I said, would you kind of give me an update on the pulse of how people are doing? And she said, their spirits are wonderful. The company has bent over backwards. A lot of you don't realize all that they're doing, that they don't need to be doing to take care of people with their income, with rank qualifications, all kinds of things. And their spirits are great. And it's because we have a very, very special company. And I just want to acknowledge LifeWave once again for going above and beyond to take care of people because they really do care. And Lori talked a lot about heart to heart, and you're going to be hearing that a lot more. So, Gregory, you want to talk about the calls, the Power of the Patch?
Yeah, the Power Patch calls continue on. So thank you everyone for plugging in. We won't have one on Thursday, obviously. But, we'll have our Wednesday Power of the Patch call, and we'll have our Friday and our Sunday. Normally they're 4 days, and they're getting better and better. So, we invite you and your guests to continue being there with us, and we're happy to be sharing that to help everybody have the best November, December possible.
Wonderful. So I think that's about, and for those of you that are going for director by December 31st, there's that extra $500 available to you with 5 guests on those calls. So make sure you keep track of the guests that you invited that showed up and what happened. They decide to join us, not join us, but just let us know, because that's how you're going to get your $500, all you new directors. And we have a lot of them. So we're excited to, with Kai Jacobson's generosity, share that extra $500 for our new directors by December 31st. So I think everyone noticed the enhanced text message today. It had a visual in it. This is a new addition, and these things don't happen by themselves, you guys. There is a team that works on the websites every week, all week. And Judy and Liz and Gregory behind the scenes. And we're so grateful for all that's being done to just make it as easy as possible for each of you. So any other final comments, honey?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the notes, and it looks like in the events tab it's listed. Ravel, thanks for sharing that. The exclusive new product webinar founded under the link in events. So if you have trouble finding the link, reach out to one of your up team, and they can forward you our newsletter. If you're not getting the Live Younger newsletters, you can go to liveyoungernewsletter.com and register for the newsletter. And we'd love to add you to it. And it's going to be a great webinar. And yes, they are recorded, but as Garrett said, the recording's probably going to be sterilized a little bit, because chances are David may say a few things tomorrow that won't make it to YouTube. Okay.
Okay, I got a few more quick things because I'm looking through the chat. And one thing I want to remind everyone, every time the company has a promotion, the only way you can get the promotion is to go to the store and click on the promotion link. And that's where you'll find the promotion. And someone mentioned that they're not getting the newsletters any longer from the company. So you might want, your email was disabled. So if there's newsletters from LifeWave, there's newsletters from our Live Younger community, and there's newsletters from Dr. Joan and Dr. Nicholas. And so reach out to whoever that is that you want to get the newsletter from. You can call customer service. If you're not on that email list, you can go to your back office under resources, and then there's a link on the left for the company email. Our newsletters come out every Monday afternoon. And if for any reason you're not getting them, you can always go to Live Younger Success, because they're in there. They're in 2 different places. They're in What's New, and they're the last tab under the library. And so if you've missed them or you're new and you want to see what's happened in the past, you can go through the archives. So they're available for everyone. And if you're for some reason not getting it and you think you should be getting it, reach out to me and I'll check with Constant Contact and see what the situation is. It might have gone into your junk or spam folder, so take a look there. We just want to make sure everyone
I got to
wants
admit,
to get in touch. Yeah.
I stopped getting the newsletters myself, and we write them. And I don't know why, but I went into my junk folder and there it was, so I drag it from my junk folder back into my incoming folder. And so I don't know, the mysteries of the internet, the mysteries of technology, right? So anyway, yeah.
Well, someone said
newsletter.com. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone mentioned that Black Friday ends November 28th, which is, now is that a Sunday or a Monday? That's a Monday. That's unusual. I think we need to check on that because they usually end up on Sunday night. I want to make sure that's correct. But thank you for bringing that to our, I love all this attention to detail. And we so appreciate the feedback. When you see typos or things that aren't quite right, let us know. We want to know. And we so appreciate all of you that reach out to us because we need everybody. As Gregory said, this is a team sport. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else. Yes, the company is good to the Canadians. They're good to all of us, and you guys are getting special treatment right now, and you deserve it.
11/28 is Cyber Monday, someone said.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we got everything handled here. I just want to finish. You guys are very active in the chat here. I love it. And it is, this is our last Monday call before Thanksgiving. And as Gregory said, we love you guys.
So gobble, gobble, gobble.
We are so grateful and so blessed. And today in the mail, we got these beautiful cards and gifts from people, in gratitude, and just made us melt even more. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have the funnest week ever watching your numbers. I mean, it's really fun. And do get on the call and reach out and make those courtesy calls and let people know about the new products. You're going to love them if you haven't tried them. And I think David has something sneaky in there, because deep breathing is something we don't often do. So to get people to spray and take 8 deep breaths first thing in the morning and last thing at night is a really, really good thing for your health. So enjoy your deep breathing, everyone.
And I'd like to suggest how I do it. I spray it on one wrist. I put my wrists together and then and it's a wonderful ritual. It really is, before bed and when you get out of bed, Thanks, everyone. Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.